What's good, everybody? Got the old school commercial safety glasses on. Got the black and yellow. Got a nice cold Gatorade. I always shake my Gatorades up before I drink them. Electrolytes. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is talking about these industrial grade tools that I have, commercial grade. Not your Milwaukee's and your DeWalt's. Not like those aren't any good, or the Ryobi's. So we're gonna start off with old school. Yeah, I got some old school tools, y'all. Y'all ready for this? Let me know down in the comments if you have similar tools. Okay, we got a nice, most of y'all will call this a jigsaw. Real thin blade. You feed the blade through the bottom of here. You would loosen up this screw here, put the blade in, the blade come out to about right here. And this helps you get those angle cuts when you sliding across the table like this. You know, it will really get a defined cut. You have the stay on trigger, so you will squeeze, push this switch in, let go, and you see that button stay in here. Pull in, push this in, then let the trigger go, and it stays in. Or you can just manually do it this way, which I prefer, so you don't accidentally cut yourself. So this is the auto scroller. You see that? So your hand will go up top and you will be scrolling along as you cutting. And this right here is the commercial Craftsman. This is the Craftsman commercial grade saw, by the way. There you go. Look at that big word, Craftsman. So this is not no junk. You can see that it's dusty, which it does get some usage. And this is heavy duty, y'all. This is the auto scroller saw, multi-speed, double insulated 1-inch stroke, develops a 1/2-inch horsepower. And if you ever need any parts for this, the model number is on there, so you can get your parts still ordered. I'm sure they still had these on back stock. So right here, you would just give them the model number, and you would go ahead and order your parts, whether you need a button, a switch, your bottom, the sleigh, I call it the sleigh, or whether you need you a new cable cord. Because keep in mind, you notice how you have the Phillips head screws, right? This was designed to take apart, and the proper person that does and that is trained knows how to do it. They can go ahead and train. I know I look crazy with these on, don't I? But I'm gonna leave these safety glasses on because safety first. So this is the Craftsman commercial grade saw, okay? We're gonna set that aside. And we will go to the commercial grade saw. Well, not saw, we're gonna jump on. No, that was the saw there. So we got the sander. All right, I'm sure a lot of you used these before. You have your control handle up here, and this is the, so you can get into it. You don't want to one-hand wield this thing. This thing does kick. You see that belt? Okay, it's belt driven, and your belt would be your sandpaper. Once again, this is commercial grade. You can get your sandpaper ordered, your belts. You can order them, or you could probably go to Home Depot. I'm sure they still have these because they do sell newer models, and they all pretty much take the same sand belt, but different grade. So I don't know what grade is on here, but I do know that this here is raw. It's a 3-inch belt sander, 100 to 110 to 120 volts, 7.0 amps, and of course, AC only. So it says start sander before applying pressure, which means you don't want to sit this down and then pull the trigger and start going, because it'll go on you like that. So you want to start the sander, and then you slowly bring it down to whatever you're sanding, and then you can boom. And y'all want to know what this is good for? This is absolutely good for doing hardwood floors. If you want to bring them hardwood floors back to life, you hit it with that right grade sandpaper, and then you would tweak it down a notch so it would be real smooth. All right, so you can bring your floors back to life. You can take the coating off. You could take off the stain and restain them, but you would have to take off the old and put on the new. But this is it here. This is Craftsman, and this can come apart as well. And here is your dowel in the back to loosen up the wheels to put a new, to take the tension off here so you can put the new belt on. So it's right here. So there's your tensioning screw. You would loosen that up, and then you would take this off, slide it off either way, this way or that way. And this thing really works, y'all. This is really awesome. This thing is probably in the store now every bit of $300. I'm just gonna be honest, every bit of $300. If I was to sell this, which I'm not, I love my tools, I will never part with this tool. I don't care how much money you offer me. You can give me $500, I'm not taking it. This right here is a beast. As well as my saw here, this Craftsman commercial grade. This right here, it don't get no better than this, old school. Old school was built to last. If anything, you might have had a cut in the cord. Replacing the cord is easy. Always easy. Okay, let's go on over to the Sawzall commercial grade. All right, now on this commercial grade, you got two speeds. You got high and you got low, low and high. Okay, right there, that's high, that's low. Now, this here, you can put many size blades on. What I love about this is if you're cutting through metal, which you would pretty much use this for cutting metal and branches on trees. It's not pneumatic, it's not air, it's electrical, but this is heavy duty, this is commercial grade, but this is a Black & Decker. A lot of people don't like Black & Decker. Let me tell you something, this thing got some weight to it. This is every bit of almost 10 pounds. I'm gonna say almost 10 pounds, if not 8 to 9 pounds. This is heavy. So you do have your trigger on it. You will squeeze, or the trigger in, let go, and it's there. You see that? Can you see that? No, you can't. So it's right here. I'll bring it over. Tap that, the button will pop out. So if you want to keep this on, which I don't recommend, you would squeeze, push the button in, then let the trigger go, then let the button go. Now you locked in. But with that being said, when you locked in like that, this is constantly cutting, and that blade is constantly moving, and you don't want nobody to get hurt. So you have your pretty much like your on your rifles or your firearms, how you got your vent on your barrel. So right here, so sort of like a here, we'll lift it up. You can change your blade. There you go. Lift that up. That safety cage. See that? And what you would do is loosen up right here with the Allen key. I'm gonna probably have to put a new Allen screw in there. So you would loosen that up, put your blade in there, okay? Put your blade right in there. Then you would tighten this up, close this down. Now you got your blade on there. All right. And your blade would pretty much go on it like this, like two forks. So it would go in between this slot here. Once you loosen up this screw over here, and your blade would go over it like over the screw like this. You know, so, and then you would tighten down the screw, and then your blade wouldn't come out. But you could do a lot of work with this, y'all. This can cut a lot of things. If you got to cut down some small tree branches or something, or a muffler exhaust, you want to cut one of them off, this is heavy duty, y'all. It's not going to overheat like your plastic models. They get real hot and then they burn out. I burned out a Milwaukee and I burned out a DeWalt. Nothing against them, but they are not built for those big jobs. And with them big jobs, you need a big boy. And this here is your Black & Decker. Heavy duty saber saw. I'm telling you, heavy duty saber saw. There you go. I'll model it for you. I wish y'all could actually see this in person, because to see it in person, if you love tools, you would want one of these. Yes, you would. Old school. Commercial grade steel ticking. Now this here is my favorite. Talk about kicking up the speed in both forward and reverse. It has it. This here is a drill. Got your high gear, you got low gear, and you got the high and low. You got another gear to kick it in the high and low, forward and reverse. So you got your high gear and you got low gear. So in forward, you can go high gear or you can go low gear. And in reverse, you can go low gear or high gear. And I'm gonna show you that, okay? So here we go. This here is my multi-craft. This is multi-craft, all right? And Pencraft, multi-versatile, and just all out. So you got to release the trigger to throw both switches. All right, release the trigger to throw both switches. On the back, you have the reverse and forward. So boom, 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 y'all, and then reverse. All right, but this right here is about, it's got some weight to it. This is a Jacobs model. Does have a chuck key on it, by the way. Here's the chuck key. If y'all know what a chuck key is on a drill is right here. And this goes right here. See the teeth? It goes right here on the teeth of these. Turn it, and then you would see that this opens up, and then to the right, it will close up. So pretty much you spinning this, hand free it. And then when you need, you put your drill bit in here, whatever you're gonna put in here, your hole driller, like I got a real big cup driller with teeth on the outside of it, and it will just drill a whole cup size hole through there, and that piece of wood will fall out of there. And you have a sissy handle right here if you want to screw a sissy handle in there. I got one made for me. It's made out of a few kinds of metal, I think brass and just solid steel. It might be all brass, but I know it's heavy. So you can make your own sissy stick with that. You could even screw a broom handle in here, by the way. See that? It was made for a broom handle. Or you could put that stick that we got made, put in there, and put it on there, and whatever you drilling. This is heavy duty, y'all. So you got your high gear. Got your high gear. Okay, see that? High gear. And your low gear. All right, high and low. So, there it is, low gear. High gear. High gear. Come on, low gear. Well, it was just in low gear. This is a pretty cool area. It's in low gear. So it's pretty much like a stick shift. It locks in, then you got to push it up. So you're not just going to push this over. So in, over, over, you got to push in to go to that side. So now it's in low gear. Low gear. Now we're going to bring it to high gear. It's funny from this side. Anyway, so this is the heavy duty drill. And y'all gotta see this in action. So if I'm ever doing a project, I'm gonna show y'all this. I really wanna go get one of my blades and hook that saw up and see what I could cut up with that, all right? So give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Hit the bell for notifications, and it does not hurt to subscribe or give us a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment if you want. And feel free to super thank your boy Trey 57 Productions. Down at the bottom where you see the thumbs up, you can slide it, or you can scroll over to the left or right. I think it's to the right, and you'll see a heart. Super thank you, boy Trey 57, and I'll bring y'all some more content. Love y'all, stay blessed.